Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back on into the Blue Collar Psychiatrist. Today we're going to talk about what I call banging around. What is banging around? Think of a pinball and a pinball machine, how the ball banks from one bumper to the next one, to the next one, to the next, to the next, to the back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, until it reaches the end. There are people, and I have to say that I have been one of them, and I was able to cut it down. But there are people who don't have a lot of social skills and don't have a lot of social outlets who, for example, might do something like go to a mall and make a habit of it simply because they don't have anything else to do. And what happens is you start wandering around and you sense what's going on inside of you. And what's going on inside of you is that you're frustrated, that you really don't want to be there, and that you probably look like a fool. Now you can go into a store and buy something and that's fine, but you know inside in your mind that you're just what I call, again, banging around. You're trying to kill time. You're trying to do something with your time because you don't want to stay in the house. It gets very boring, and you say to yourself, I got to get out of here, but where can I go? And the answer oftentimes is the default place, which is a mall. You go to a mall, you're going to see people. You're going to see people. And there's always that hidden possibility of maybe I might meet a woman, or maybe I might meet somebody. But that has not really happened to me in most of that time I've been there. It could be a little conversation here and there, but has not developed really into anything special. And so what happens is you go around. Now the exercise is good. I mean, that part of it is good. If you walk briskly and the mall is not that well populated with people, you can make an exercise out of it. At least there you're in a cool environment and you're not going to run into other people, and it's good for that. But in the sense of, does it really solve your problem of being isolated? Does it really solve your problem of being alone? Does it really help you in that way? And the answer, of course, is no. It's a poor substitute for being with other people, for meeting other people. So it doesn't work. I've tried it for quite some time, but I've really cut down on that because I see the folly of doing that. What's the answer then? The answer is to have a definite place to go. You may even have to read the newspaper, or rather go online these days, and you have to see, there's usually a section that says what's happening this weekend in the area. And you look and you see what might be of interest to you, and then you can go there. Now, to some extent, you might consider that banging around once you get there, but at least you're going there with a particular purpose, that you're going there because you're interested in what this event is going to be about. It's of interest to you. For example, if you like cars, it could be a car display. It could be a sports attraction. It could be a home improvement situation, type of a exhibition. Could be many things, as long as it's of interest to you. But you don't want to get into a situation where you're going there and you end up banging around there. It's just you're banging around, but you're banging around in a different place. So you have to figure out, what do you like? This is not a bad time, I might add, to write down what your interests are. What are you really interested in? What do you like to do? What and whom do you gravitate to? These are the things that I think are important for you, so that you know, and you know in your mind, it's already fixed in your mind, what kind of places, what kind of exhibits are of importance to you, and what do you like to do? Because there's no sense of going around to another place and, just as I said, just to go around to bang around just to get out of the house. That is not a strategy of success. Believe me, it is not. And the faint hopes of meeting a woman in the mall, in my opinion, they're very much, the odds are very much against you. And oftentimes you don't see women by themselves anyway. So you just it's just, you have to come to peace with it, in that if you go out, you need to go out with a reason, I believe is the best way of saying that. You're going to, it could be, by the way, could be a religious service, but again, you can feel awfully isolated in a church service, a temple service, It's if you're alone, because you look around, and I've done that. And I've done that because some of them have singles organizations, and I've looked around and I see that everybody's coupled off. And so that may not be the best idea either, unless you feel this pull to be in part of a religious service. Then it's okay to go. Or you may go there to find out what events they might have. So that's another thing. There are other things that you can do. You may decide to go online. There are things, there are different websites that also have various activities that are going on, and that you can see who, or you can see what these events are and see if any of those are of appeal to you. And that's another way of avoid the banging around situation. But I think the main antidote to banging around is to find out something that you're interested in and then attend that event and go there and enjoy it for what it is. I think you should also remember, again, that the odds of you meeting anybody in any particular situation are not that great. You have to be extremely, extremely assertive in order to get to have that happen. I'm not saying it won't happen. I'm just saying that I think, in my opinion, the odds are against you. Now, if you are there and if you see someone who is single, you then figure that they're there for a reason. So that means that you and the woman are interested in the same thing. That helps. That helps a lot, because now you have a starting point from which to begin a conversation. And that's why it's a good thing to consider. But ladies and gentlemen, the thing that you have to remember is you need to stop banging around because of how it makes you feel inside. It makes you feel like you're floundering around, that you don't have a purpose in life, which you probably don't, or at least not as much as you would like, and you're just there just to pass the time. And after a while, it gets old, it gets boring, and you go home and it's like you don't care because you didn't meet anybody, you didn't see anything there that was of appeal to you. You've done it for so many times. It's not the thing to do. You're not going to get anywhere. So as I said, follow my suggestions of what things to pick out to go to, and then go ahead and do that. But at all costs, please do not get hooked into this thing of, well, I think I'll go and I'll just bang around. I'll go to the mall and bang around. It doesn't work. That is not a successful. It is rather an unsuccessful strategy to meet people and to gain interest in things and to gain happiness. Ladies and gentlemen, I remind you to drink and to drink abundantly from the fountain of life. See you next time.